We are in continuation with exercise 6. We had already completed a ratio and now we shall extend our work to proportion, in which we shall be specifically dealing with question number 1, isn't it? Now, before I start proportion, I would like to remind you all of a ratio, isn't it? Where we had learnt that if a if a ratio, if there are two numbers like a and b, which can be written as 2:3 also. So if you have a ratio 2:3, you can write it as a is to b. This means 2/3 here you can write it as a by b. Now what was ratio? Ratio was a method, isn't it? A method to compare two quantities of the same kind with same unit, isn't it? With same unit. The unit was same. Now, if 2:3 can be written as a by b, you can also write another ratio 4:, you can write another ratio 4:6 as c:/d. This means 4/6 can be written as c/d. Now have a look. This 2/3 and 4/6, they are equal. So you can say the ratio 2:3 is equal to 4:6. Now this equal to is represented by this 4 dots, and we say that these 4 dots, and we say that 2:3 is proportional to 4:6. Have a look. 2:3 is proportional to 4:6. So how are you going to write this? We will write 2:3 proportional to 4:6. I hope you have understood up till here. Now 2:3 proportional to 4:6. 2:3 proportional to 4:6 can also be written as a:/b proportional to c:/d. Now when you have two ratio a:/b and c:/d as proportional, when they are proportional, isn't it? Proportional, then in that case the product of these two, which is known as extremes, 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 and these two, the numbers in between, they are known as means. And when two numbers are proportional, when two ratios are proportional, isn't it, then product of means, product means multiplication of extremes, is equal to product of means. Now this is very, very important. Why? Because we shall be using this regularly to find any of these values when the other values are given. This means here A multiplied by D, these are the extremes, is equal to B multiplied by C. If you want to check it, then have a look. 2 into 6, 2 times 6 is equal to 3 into 4, means 6 2 times 12 and 4 3s are 12. So you can say that when the numbers, when the ratios are proportional, then the product of the extremes will be equal to product of means, the product of means. Now since you have understood this, we shall be starting our exercise, that is question number 1. Question number 1, always remember product of means is equal to product of extremes, and there you are being asked to check, C-H-E-C-K, you are being asked to check. This means they have not given you that the ratios are proportional and you are asked to check. What check? That if the quantities are in proportion or not, in proportion or not, isn't it? So how are we going to find that the quantities are in proportion or not? By using the formula product of means is equal to product of extremes, isn't it? Product of extremes is equal to product of means. And in the very first question they have given you 3x, 7x, 24 and 56. So they have given you 4 quantities and they are asking you whether they are in proportion or not. Therefore, how are you going to begin? Presentation matters, isn't it? So if they are in proportion, if they are in proportion, then product of means, you have to write this, should be equal to product of extremes, isn't it? Product of means is equal to product of extremes, or product of extreme is equal to product of means. You can write any one of them. Since I have written first means, so I am going to multiply 7x and 24, and then product of extremes, so I will be multiplying 3x and 56. So I find 7x into 24 is equal to 168x, and here 56 into 3x is equal to 168x, which is true, isn't it? Which is true. Since they are true, therefore I'll write hence they are in proportion, isn't it? So this is how we are going to start and end our problems, isn't it? Now let's come to number 2. There are only 5 sums. Okay, and in number 2 what we have is very simple: 0, 0.8, 3, 2.4 and 9. So these are the 4 numbers which they are asking you whether they are in proportion or not, are in proportion or not. Therefore, as I said, you need to write that if they are in proportion, then the product of extremes, this time I am going to write extremes, isn't it? Extremes should be equal to product of means. You have to write this before you begin. Therefore, here these are the extremes and these are the means. Therefore, 0.8 times 9 should be equal to 3 into 2.4. I find that on multiplication we get 7.2 is equal to 7.2, which is true. Now when you get a Hari Jhandi, then in that case what are you going to write? Hence they are in proportion, isn't it? What I find that these sums depend on only one equation, which is product of extremes is equal to product of means. Here they have, see, as you keep on moving ahead with the problems, you will find that the level will slightly increase, isn't it? Slightly increase, where they will be testing you the same formula in different ways, isn't it? So they have given you here 1.5, 3 1 by 4, 4 1 by 2, 9 3 by 4. Now before I begin, why not to convert it into improper fraction? So here you get 3 by 2, then 13 by 4, then again here you have 9 by 2, and then 39, 9 4 times 36 plus 3, 39 by 4. And you need to write the same line again, that if they are in proportion, then product, repeat with me, product of extremes should be equal to product of means. Write it beautifully. So here the extremes are 3 by 2 and 39 by 4. So 3, I am going to write 3 by 2 times 39 by 4. This one should be equal to 13 by 4 and 9 by 2. So I am going to write 13 by 4 and 9 by 2. 13 by 4 and 9 by 2. And then let me see if it cancels. I don't find they will cancel, isn't it? Since they will not cancel, why not to multiply it? So let's multiply it. We'll get 39 times 3 is equal to 117 by 8 is equal to again 117 by 8, which is true, isn't it? Which is true. So when they are true, therefore they are in proportion, and no one is going to deduct your marks, isn't it? 2 more sums and really you will enjoy. Now you all will be repeating the same formula. Product of means is equal to product of extremes, or product of extremes is equal to product of means. So if they are in proportion, then If they are in proportion, then the product of these two fellows, that is 0.4 and 3.5, product of extremes should be equal to product of means. Therefore, 0.4 times 3.5 should be equal to, I am not saying equal to, I am saying should be equal to 0.5 into 2.9, which are means. So on multiplication of these two numbers, what I am going to get, I'll get 1.40, and here I am going to get how much? 1.45, which I find that they are not equal. Since they are not equal, you need to give a cut over here, and I'll write which is not true. So since it is not true, hence, isn't it? Not HEN, it is HENC. Hence, they are not proportional. Proportional, or you can write not in proportion, isn't it? Now we have the last one, number 5, I hope so, isn't it? Where we have 2.5. As I said, that as you keep on solving the sums exceeding, you can say keep on ascending the sums, you will find that the level of the sum will keep on increasing, isn't it? However, I find that here no level is increasing. Why? Because we are using the same formula, that the product of means should be equal to product of extremes, and this time you are going to write the same formula, but before you write, we need to convert this into improper fraction, isn't it? Why not to convert it into improper fraction? So here we have 2.5 means 5 by 2, then 5.5, you can convert it as 11 by 2, then you have 3.0 is 3 only, and 6.0 is 6 only. Therefore, if they are in proportion, once again I am saying, because till now you do not know whether they are in proportion or not, therefore if they are in proportion, then the product of means should be equal to product of extremes. Okay, so I am using both, sometimes extremes and sometimes means, isn't it? So that you do not get confused that it will start with extreme only. Therefore, these are the two means 11 by 2 into 3, and these are 5 by 2 and 6 are the extremes. So on multiplication, what I am going to get, 33 by 2 and here 30 by 2, and you find that they are not equal. So not true, not true, they are not true, therefore not in proportion, not in proportion. Now before we end up, isn't it, have a look, I didn't cancel it over here, so that we get the same denominator easily, and we can judge whether 33 by 2 is bigger or 30 by 2 is bigger. So I find that since we have not cancelled, we need not to work extra to get the value. Now before we end, let us revise a little, that if A is to B is in proportional to C is to D, then my dear, this term, the last one, this is known as the fourth proportional. Fourth proportional. proportional, isn't it? Fourth proportional. Now let me check it once again. This is also known as the fourth proportional. Now this D and A are the extremes, while B and C are the means. A into D, once let me write, A into D is equal to B into C. B and C were the circles, while A and D were in rectangle. Now let me write the same thing in division format or fraction format. So A by B is equal to C by D. Now have a look here, that this C was a circle, B was a circle, A and D were rectangles, isn't it? Now what were A and D? So A and D were extremes. While, see, have a look, A and D were extremes, while B and C were means. So you need not to get confused. Why? Because if you are given A by B and C by D and they are in proportional, then you need to do cross multiplication. Have a look, we have done cross multiplication. Why? Because A into D over here is equal to B into C over here. So when you get A by B and C by D, so you can achieve the same thing by doing cross multiplication, which we shall be using it in our next exercise. Thank you.